कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us on this special webinar called Naya Saal, Naya Business 2025. Today's webinar is not all about particular brand or the business opportunity. We will be doing, which we have been doing for last several years at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Rather, we will be going to talk about a franchise trend for the coming years 2025 related to different sectors like restaurant, gym, wellness, sports, education, and many others. To set the context of this webinar, I'm joined with Sonia Chaudhary, the Managing Director of Franchise India, and our special keynote speaker, the foremost business advisor and the chairman of Franchise India Group, Mr. Gaurav Maria. I would now request Sonia ma'am if she could take the lead and set the context of this webinar.
Thank you so much, Bharat. And friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. We welcome you all on this very special webinar. And as the franchise industry prepares for another transformative year, staying ahead of emerging trends is essential for both franchisors and equally for entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs like yourself. And at Franchise India, we specialize in helping businesses navigate these shifts with tailored strategies and a lot of expert guidance. And in this webinar, we'll delve into some of the key trends and predictions for 2025, offering a lot of actionable insights to help entrepreneurs like you to thrive in this ever-evolving market space. And just to set the perspective, we'll talk a little bit about the industry at large on franchising. We'll talk about some of the trends which will shape 2025. We'll also take you through some of the businesses that we feel very confident and some of the concepts that we have brought into the Indian market. We'll also do maybe 10 minutes presentation on that. And I'll also request all of you, friends, please make the session interactive. Any questions that you have, we'll like to see these questions coming in the Q&A box, and we'll be happy to answer these questions. We'll also be happy to have one-to-one discussion with anybody who wants to have more understanding on any specific industry or looking to invest this year. So at Franchise India, we've been working relentlessly for the last 27 years, working with entrepreneurs to invest and operate in business opportunities, and started our business with one big vision, which remains true, and that is also a driving force for us, which is to make every Indian self-reliant through entrepreneurship. And our group, which operates today in about 14 countries and 97 cities in India, we have a 90% market share in India. We create a lot of intelligence synergies with a lot of combined strength of our group companies, which is leveraged by each other. and with interest in franchising, licensing, mid-market M&A. But what has remained constant driving force is to remain also a very big catalyst in the entire ecosystem and space, educate investors, entrepreneurs like you in taking the right decision, advising them on different business opportunities. And we have focused and remained extremely focused on being an investor-centric and a franchise-focused company. And we also understand an entrepreneurship or maybe the aspiring entrepreneurship mindset very, very closely, as we've worked with millions of franchisees at all levels, at all investment brackets, to help them in their journey of buying a business. And we undertake a complete in-depth discovery for all our investors who are aspiring to own the business, and explain them deeply and helping them evaluate on their right fitment to buy a business, which covers entire 360 degrees of diagnostic and solutions, which are only unique to you. Now, in franchising, it's just not about choosing a brand. It's more than that. It's about aligning your personal and financial goals with the right opportunity, understanding the entire, I would say, landscape of opportunities which are available across the industry. Understanding the investment landscape. And more importantly, I would also say building a solid support system to ensure that you as a business owner have a long-term success as an operator, to run and operate the business for the lifetime of the opportunity. So we also work with you when we advise you how to get into a business. We do complete risk reward analysis. We advise you on the life of the opportunity, insights on the industry, specific category insights, which are also very, very important. And also ease of doing a business, which is also a very big deterrent for a lot of first-time entrepreneurs who want to get into business. They want to pick up something which is easy to enter. They want to understand the support structure offered by companies. Now, franchising has been one of the most powerful wealth creation and entrepreneurial engine for more than 100 years. And when we look at the India story today, more and more people are looking to start a business. And equally, there are more and more companies who are looking to expand via franchise route or distributing their products or services via franchising. And this is not going to stop. We have seen the last, I would say, the last 3 years have been very, very big. And the last 27 years of our existence, we have seen how the entire landscape of franchising has evolved, from the profile of investors to the profile of companies who are coming and entering the wagon. Now, with a $5 trillion industry globally and nearly $200 billion in India, franchise industry in India is only behind America. And globally, it contributes almost about 2.3 trillion per year to the global economy. Almost 40% of the global retail sales, which is coming from franchise businesses. And today, 4% of our Indian GDP is contributed by franchising. India will be one of the largest markets in franchising, with a powerhouse of consumption that it sits on, which means that it needs more collaboration of credible and responsible companies, franchisors coming and partnering with mature franchisees to come and participate in the ever-growing industry. And at Franchise India and Fran Global, we have been at the forefront of the industry, sensing the trends, analyzing these trends much before anybody else is able to see that. And so we'll talk about some of the trends, and I'll also request now Gaurav Maria, who's chairman of the Franchise India Group. He's been at, I would say, at the lead and traveling almost about 4 to 5 countries every month across India, meeting a lot of local investors, a lot of big companies overseas. And he has a big understanding on the market trends, the investor appetite, and also what are the big themes and trends that we see from the consumption point of view. He's worked with more than 1,000 companies in their cross-market entries, which is backed by decades of experience, backed by a lot of data and insights. So I'll request Gaurav to take on. And friends, I'll also request you to please share your questions in the Q&A box. We'll be happy to hear from you. And more importantly, we want to understand the profile of people who have come in so that we can make our session more interactive. Gaurav, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonia. And thank you, Bharat, for setting this up. Welcome, friends, and welcome to very, very special webinar. This has been a routine with Franchise India that end of every year we talk about what is going to be the next trends for next year, and that actually helps a lot of investors who are now planning to start a new business. Rather, the webinar is called Naya Saal Naya Business. A lot of people put a resolution that I want to start my own business, which is what our purpose is. We've been 27 years trying to help the industry, helping new entrepreneurs who want to start their business. Rather, we have this mission called democratizing entrepreneurship, which means that anybody can become an entrepreneur. Rather, even our own organization, I encourage a lot of employees, and eventually you should all become entrepreneur, take your own business ahead. So, friends, Sonia has given you a little background about Franchise India. So, India, we are called Franchise India. Internationally, we are called Fran Global, which runs in 14 different countries. And franchising is a proven business model. Whenever you're looking to start a business, it is a best model because if you are a first-time business buyer, and especially in India, 60% of people are first-time business buyers. So I always recommend them franchising because you get help, you get brand, you get know-how, you venture into something which has already been proven rather than starting something else. But there is a lot of myth around how franchising works. Like somebody's just asked a question, and I'll start with that. Somebody says, I want Zodio, right? Why Zodio? Because backed by Tatas. And it is a franchise-owned, company-operated model. So a lot of lazy investors, people who don't want to run and operate businesses themselves, want to invest there. But the other myth which you have is that these franchise-owned, company-operated businesses doesn't have the same ROI levels which a franchise-owned businesses. So you need to have a much more depth to understand business models, understand ROI, understand where it comes from, what the risk it carries, what is the background of a company, what kind of performance they have done. All that has to be known. So before I jump into showing the trends to you and we're getting into trends, I'll give you a formula which is very important for you to select the right franchise. How you select your right franchise is connecting 4 dots. Very, very important. The first dot is the industry. I think 60% of your success is what industry, what time you are entering on. Because if you enter a particular industry at the perfect time, most likely you'll be successful, right? Even if you have a marginal brand in that, you still would be successful. Why Zodio is successful? Because Zodio is a fast fashion brand. It's low cost, it fits Indian appetite, it fits Indian consumption, and people are high fashion, right? So that's why the business has done well, and it is actually killing all other fashion brands. So it's a trend which you're doing there. So a lot of trends which you have to really see, which are coming from an industry, why you're choosing that industry and what trend in that industry is working on that. And that should be done very, very carefully. So that's the first part. The second part is which brand you choose on that industry and why you're choosing that. What do you think? Why particularly this brand would be better than any other brand available in the market? You have to do a lot of comparatives, a lot of understanding of competition, understanding why you choose a brand over another brand. What kind of sport they have done in that? Do the brand exist in your market? Do they have supply chain existing in your market? Do they have efficient training? Training is a very important component, very, very important component. And because the whole idea of you getting into business is that you need to be trained yourself in terms of running and managing that brand. And I feel that a lot of Indian companies sometimes lack the training capabilities. They know how to do it, but they don't really build this entire thing. So as a franchisee, you are an operator. So you need to be completely trained on that. The third dot, which is very important, is your financial goal. What is your financial goal? What do you want from your business? And it should be short term and long term. Short term is your cash flows. You know what kind of cash flows you need. Long term, what kind of value you want to create. And even eventually, you want to exit the business. Is this business ready to exit? 4 or 5 years, you worked hard, you built the business, and now you want to exit. You want to cash out. Is there a possibility to do it? So all that comes in your financial goal. And the fourth part is understanding your micro market. So if you're coming from Malad in Bombay, or you are sitting in Kolhapur, or wherever you are, you need to understand what is happening in that market, how the consumption is changing. Franchising is directly proportional to consumption. What are people looking at? What is the missing opportunities in that market, right? So all that 4 dots, unless and until you are able to intelligently connect all these 4 dots, you will not be successful. So very carefully do that. If you don't know yourself to do it, obviously engage one of our consultants. Franchise India has consultants in 97 cities. So we'll be happy to help you out. Reach out to our hotline number and we will set up something for you where our consultant would take you through the whole process of how you choose the right business. Now let's get into the trends. And this is not in order, right? So I've taken 10 different trends, and I'll talk about each trend and why it is becoming very, very interesting for 2025. And this would continue to happen. The first trend, which I saw and I said last year also, is corporatization of franchising. Franchising was always about these small businesses which wanted to grow. And Franchise India is very proud that we worked with a lot of these small companies, which we took them to next level. But now the big boys are there. Not only multinational large corporations entering Indian market, but you also see a lot of these Indian large corporations. So you have Tatas, Reliance, Adanis, Mahindras, Aditya Birla Group. All these companies have various formats which are now actively franchising. And they have two models. One is a franchise-owned, franchise-operated model, and you also have franchise-owned, company-operated model. So a lot of diversification I'm seeing from people who are from an industrial background and things like that are now choosing to get in. Look at an example of Kalyan Jewelry. Kalyan Jewelry alone made 180 franchises with 20 crores investment in last 18 months. So this very significantly shows where is a large capital going. Zodio, somebody said, Zodio has done 560 franchisees over last 2 to 3 years. And that has been a phenomenon, I think. Why it has happened? Because people have trust. They can put their large capital behind these companies and they trust these businesses. This also is shifting from a lot of businesses which have not performed, right? So businesses which have underperformed, they're like automobile businesses. Automobile businesses, when you have automobile dealerships, you need large capital to be deployed, but they don't perform as jewelry business has performed. So a lot of people I see are moving from those businesses and investing into businesses which have done better. So this is one trend which I think would continue to happen. More and more corporates, listed companies would get into franchising because they use this tool to penetrate better in the market. The second, which actually I've been saying that in the corporate world, this work from home doesn't work, but business from home works. So business from home, I think, is a great trend. A lot of these micro franchising trends would happen. This can be somebody running a beauty services from home. It can be somebody running maintenance and repair or operations from home. It can be somebody running B2B or B2C services from home. You can also run a lot of other businesses and services, which either you can service direct to consumer or you can do direct to business, which means that you do business to consumer. So a lot of that trends would happen. It works very well globally. It's a multi-billion dollar industry. Why? Because you don't have running large operating cost, and you can really operate out of home, which gives you flexibility to do that. And technology today enables you to be in that thing. So a lot of social commerce, a lot of these franchisees would really emerge. But you have to be very careful. How do you really choose the right company? How do you see that what kind of support they can get you, how the supply chain works? That's very, very important. But I think business from home is a very big trend and it will continue to happen. Third is a lot of global companies are now looking to India. See what is happening in Europe and North America and things like that. There's a lot of social unrest. There are a lot of other issues. So people are moving their businesses and brands to safer markets. So India stands very strong economically and a very safe market for people to enter. So we are getting, last year alone, Franchise India introduced about over 100 large corporations for internationally. It can be Asian brands, it can be European brands, North American brands, even brands from Latin America, which are entering. We, at the end of the presentation, we'll give you those brands. And we are offering a lot of area franchise, a lot of master franchise opportunities on this, even unit franchise opportunities on this. And also, these brands are very developed and backed by large companies. So you will get better locations. Today, if you want to get a location in an airport, getting a location, India is a very big market for travel retail or shopping malls, top shopping malls. They're not going to offer you for a local brand. They would give you opportunity or locations only and when you have a very significant internationally stable brand. So a lot of that is happening. So it can be from F&B to fitness to healthcare to skilling, any kind of businesses which are coming in. The fourth trend, and friends, if you want to ask any questions, please use the Q&A box to keep asking your questions and we will take up all your questions. And it will also not only help you, but also help a lot of people who've joined in because they might also have a similar question in their mind. So the fourth trend is hyperlocal. Yesterday, we announced, Franchise India announced that we have Bata partnered with Zepto for delivery of shoes. Now, this is going big disruption. The quick commerce is the future. And we've been saying that. Rather, we have done Zepto's large amount of franchise development, and for other quick commerce company also. Rather, the first company, Blinkit, we started doing their franchising when they launched in the market. I feel that this trend is very habit change. The consumers are getting comfortable in ordering something which they regularly buy, and they have a predictability of the product, and they would start buying from there. So more and more categories would add in that. It will disrupt the way conventional retail runs. And I feel that the quick commerce franchising is going to be the big trend. Everybody from the big baskets to Zaptos to Swiggy's to Zomatos to all these companies which have built capabilities to direct to home kind of capabilities would continue to expand their territories, expand their franchising. And I feel that this is a huge trend, and a last mile fulfillment would be done by franchise business. Fifth is knowledge-based businesses. Now, why say I knowledge-based businesses? Because these businesses are great for professionals. Because when professionals come out of the job by 15, 20 years, they don't come with large investment. But they come with a lot of experience. So they want to unlock their experience. I always say that there are 3 ROIs in any business. One is return on investment, but the other 2 ROIs are return on involvement and return on intelligence. So when a professional moves after 15, 20 years of a job, they want to bring their intelligence. So businesses which suit them are knowledge businesses. It can be business coaching. It can be consulting businesses. It can be advisory, counseling. These kind of businesses do well for them, because the kind of unlocking they can do is not just the capital, but their own time, which gets the highest reward when you are looking for a knowledge-based business. So friends, if you're not looked at knowledge-based businesses, please look at it, because there are a lot of companies we advise. These companies are in business coaching. It can be in consulting. It can be in any kind of skilling or any kind of a knowledge delivery businesses. So knowledge businesses, I think, are the future, because especially for a very big segment today, which we get are professionals, and they have worked in IT for 20 years, and now they want to come out with something. What they bring in is exceptional knowledge, and that knowledge, and they need tools, they need a brand, they need methodology, and that becomes a very interesting business model. The next category, especially for women entrepreneurs, is child development. The whole child development space is just not the preschool space or early learning space. It has gone much wider, because today parents want their kids to be trained on sports. So sports in school is not very big in India, because the curriculum doesn't let kids to really learn sports. So a lot of sports has to be done for early kids, early learning. So that's one. We have launched a program for business. So we have a program called Business Kids, which is actually a great program, because we are not trained in schools to become an entrepreneur. We are trained in schools to do a job. So how do you train kids to become a business owner? So that's a huge trend. Then we have a lot of other trends like creativity. You have trends in terms of mental, learning. So a lot of these programs globally are very popular, and Franchise India is bringing world-class programs. And you can actually create one center and run multiple programs. And you can actually go out to the same kid and offer multiple programs, because the parent wants, in a week, they want their kids to do sports. They want their kids to do something else in terms of business learning or any other learning. They want some creativity also to be done, and many other programs they want. So I always believe that the biggest consumption a middle class income groups do is on the kids. So it's a very strong category, low cost of operations, very high margin businesses. So if you're not looked at child development programs, look at it. It's much simpler to manage. And especially for women entrepreneurs, it's a great opportunity. Next category, which is the 7th trend, which is this new generation businesses. And it is designed for new generation audience, like gaming. Look at gaming as an industry, right? India has a very little impact, but globally, this new generation kids, which are from a 15, 16 to about 25, are big in gaming. India, we have not seen that. So you soon will see a lot of these gaming parlors coming in state of art, where kids would go there and young adults would go there, and they would play games and they compete with each other. And this whole content which we've created now with the new technologies is a phenomenal new opportunity. Next year, we'll see a lot of gaming brands coming across, and it's become a sport. Gaming is very big sport now. and that's something needs to be done. But there are many other sports which would come in, and these would, like, we're doing pickleball. Now, pickleball is a new sport, and you will start seeing a lot of pickleball studios coming in where people are going for that thing. So I feel this gaming and sports, especially for new generation, is a very, very huge opportunity, and we see a bigger trends coming in. Eighth, wellness and this whole new age fitness brands is also a huge trend. Now, wellness can go very vast. It can be from preventive to do entire thing. Last 3 years post COVID, we've been talking about this as an industry which has matured, but not many players were there. So now we are doing not only just these businesses. We were launched a restaurant by a big Ayurvedic company, which is the first Ayurvedic restaurant in that thing. So now these are the new age trends where people are becoming very conscious about what they eat, how they consume, what is their fitness levels, and so on and so forth. So I feel that this whole space would go much wider. I mean, why should India not export a Ayurvedic restaurant where you can actually, food is your medicine? So a lot of these kind of new set trends would emerge in the market. Ninth, which is no brainer, is travel and leisure. Travel and leisure is going to be a huge franchise trend going forward, because it's also a big human change. Everybody's traveling. You go to any flight today, you don't get a seat. So it's almost everybody is traveling. So I feel that a huge opportunity of doing these micro resorts, micro places, a lot of leisure, which means that family entertainment centers, a lot of these amusement centers, all this would come under leisure and travel. Leisure and travel is going to be a huge, huge opportunity and a big trend for coming years, especially 2025. We see that. Last but not the least is franchise resales. I'm seeing a big shift of people moving from one business to another business. And so people are becoming either serial entrepreneurs or people are exiting businesses. So we get equal inquiries now for people who want to sell their exiting franchise is already profitable. And there is also a financial investor who wants to buy it. So we see franchise resales is getting momentum in the market, right? So a lot of people who have running successful franchise, they want to like to sell it for profit. And there is somebody who wants to take over a business which is already profitable. So these are the 10 trends which we feel are very, very dominant in the market. Friends, Franchise India is a service which we call the investor acquisition, where we help people who want to invest into the business. Rather, next 3 months, Sonia and I have committed a lot of time to work with new investors, helping them to choose the right business, what they want to do. So if you are somebody who's looking to start a business, I'll give you a basic formula. First, you need to set a date when you want to really start your business. And I further define the date into 4 parts. So D stands for discipline. You need to be extremely disciplined on what you want to truly do. Right? So if you decide that next month or maybe first week of January, I want to start my business, then you need to really, from today to that time, really work every single day to decide what opportunity you can do. And our consultants can help you. Second is accountability. You need to set everybody around you to be accountable on your entrepreneur's journey. Third is T. T stands for training. You need to train yourself hard in terms of what business you want to do. You need to really know deep into the business, then only it works. And E stands for education. So you need to educate yourself about the industry, about the business, about the functions, then only you start the business model. So friends, this is what we wanted to offer you. Any questions, Bharat, you have, you can look at it. And then Sonia, we can quickly run through the brands which we have.
Couple of questions we have received from Monica Sinaria. She's asking, can you name some brands on business from home?
Yeah, so a lot of children programs, kids programs are, programs on their services like, basic beauty services, services from, business to business services. They're all done from that. So we have many brands, and we'll be happy to share, Monica.
Okay, another question is, sir, K. Harish has asked, like, he's looking for a business franchise under 15 lakh rupee.
Yeah, so there are many, many businesses, 50 lakh rupees. And also one advice I can give everyone, if you have 50 lakh rupees, don't invest all 50 lakh rupees just buying a business. Maybe put 30 lakh rupees, keep 20 lakh rupees for your working capital. I feel that 70% of all businesses that fail, they fail because of undercapitalization. So keeping adequate capital for your working capital and for your gestation is very, very important. So I call this 60-40 rule. So if you, whatever capital you have, 60% goes in CapEx, 40% stays for your OpEx, which is your operating capital. So never put all the money in that. We have many choices. Franchise India has over 1,000+ brands, which we can run through. We rather have a service where we take you through a 3-stage process. We call the information, evaluation, and negotiation. First, we provide you a lot of information on different businesses, different opportunities. Rather, this show, which we call Business Opportunity on Chai, we started in COVID, and we have not stopped. Every day, 12 o'clock, we do this webinar. And so that's the information stage where information is free to you. We give you a lot of information. Second is evaluation. You evaluate what is right for you. Remember my 4 dots, how you evaluate your right opportunity. And third is negotiating the right contract. You need to also negotiate a right contract before we decide on that. Yeah.
Okay,
And please, any other questions you have, quickly keep asking. We will start now showing you some of the international brands we have. And if you need advice, please share your city, your number, and also reach out to our hotline number. It's called 971-7683-838. Bharat, if you can write it on the group.
Absolutely. I'll write it, sir. Meanwhile, I would request all the viewers, if you could share all your queries into the Q&A box. That will really help us to identify your, the queries, and will give you the better answer.
So Mr. Abdullah has written 10 points written. In the interest of time, we will not repeat it, but we will share this video with you. So if you send your request on 97176-83888, so we will send you a recorded video on that, and somebody would get in touch with you to take this whole thing next level.
Friends, what we'll do now, maybe the next 15 minutes, will take you through some of the opportunities which are global brands, and Franchise India, Fran Global, the 2 entities that we have in India market and global market. We have taken the master franchise for these brands, and all the trends, in fact, we talked about based on our experience, our analysis and understanding of global markets and the Indian market. We have invested, in fact, the year 2024 going meeting with these companies. Gaurav, in fact, has met, and we shortlisted these companies that we could bring to the Indian market. Currently, this portfolio is that of about 40 such companies across all the major categories in the trending industries that we talked about. And the year 2025 would be also taking this portfolio from 40 such brands to about 100 global companies, which also puts Franchise India, Fran Global in a very unique position, because we not only facilitate and work with investors and companies, but we also hold some of the most, I would say, iconic global brands across all industries, which we bring very closely to our investors in Indian market and also other markets that we operate out of. And if you look at franchise development, is becoming very, very big in emerging markets. As emerging markets like India, they present a very significant growth opportunity for a lot of global companies. And these brands have a very solid proof of concept, which has gone beyond their home markets, have category leading returns, which is very, very important. And they've also perfected their systems, their product, and represent a very significant space and an opportunity in a market like India. What we saw last year, and I think this year would be maybe at least 3 or 4x of what we saw. Area franchise, master franchise, multi-unit franchising is going to become very, very big in the country like India. And also, as the industry progresses and matures, more mature players in franchising, equally, I would say from the brand side and the partner side, which is franchisees. As we saw in America, in early 1950s, there were only 100 companies that were into franchising. When I say franchising, business format franchising. Fast forward 10 years, 1960, there were about 900 companies with more than 2 lakh outlets operated there. And the era further from 1960 to 1990 was marked by very big growth of franchising in America, which also saw these brands in America penetrate deeper in their markets and also started their international expansion. And like I said, the last year we saw some massive interest, which came from family offices, family businesses, enterprises, HNIs, a lot of family business owners, a lot of senior professionals who've taken interest in not only in these businesses, but have also started these businesses across India. So I'll take you through some of the opportunities. We might not have too much of time to go little more deeper in most of these, because there's a 40 such companies that I'll take you through very quickly. And we have respective leaderships in the company across the country. If you're keen on any of these concepts, please reach out to us. But I would also like to add that at Franchise India, we represent more than 16,000 domestic companies across all spectrums, all industries, and all investment brackets, and working with startups, working with enterprise and corporates. And so give me a moment to share my
And in the
screen.
meantime, I'll answer. Somebody asked, what are top 3 industries? There's nothing like that. So it's very individual centric. What businesses would suit you, what industries would suit you. So there is 4 fitments you always have to see in any business you choose. One is what I call strategic fitment. Strategically, what are you bringing outside capital and why that business would fit you? Capital anybody can put. So 3 of us on the screen, if Sonia, I, and Bharat put the same money in the same business and the same brand at the same time, we still will have different results. Why? Because it would depend on what other than capital we bring in. Right? So see your strategic fitment. That's very, very important. Second is financial fitment. Sometimes people come to me and say, I want to invest 30 lakh rupees and I have expectation to make 3 lakh rupees. How does that happen? Right? Because they are a professional, they don't have too much of capital, but they have 30 lakh rupees and they want to come out of a job which is giving them 3 lakh rupees. This would not do fitment, right? Your financial goal would not fit. So you need to see financial fitment. Third is operational fitment. Very important. How much time you have to put in this business? Where is this coming in? A lot of people, especially in Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai, they meet me and they say, I'm an IT guy and I want to come out. I have weekends available and I want to put in money. It doesn't work like that. You need to be operationally available. Or you have to choose business which doesn't need that operational capability. Like maybe a retail business, say you start a Nike franchise or Adidas franchise, you are not required to be there on the store because they're well engined, the businesses. So you need to really think through what business you want to do. And fourth is a marketing fitment. How you going to go to market for that business? Because you're taking a new business into a new territory which doesn't know that you exist. How are you going to go to market? So unless and until you have these 4 fits, strategic, financial, operational, and marketing, don't attempt to buy a business. Buying a business is a huge responsibility with you because you're not just putting your financial risk, but you also taking a lot of social responsibility, your personal time, your other things, and they all come on risk. So you need to really be sure that what business you want to choose. And that's where our company helps you. We help people to reduce the risk. I cannot avoid the risk, but I can help you reduce the risk. So if you're really keen to start a business, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help you out, not only just giving you some brand and options, that we have enough. We have over 1,000 plus brands. More importantly, what is right for you. And the time which you reach that I can do this, I can make it happen, that is a time you decide to start your own business. Somebody is from Trichy, so please reach me. Our teams would help you in Trichy. We have teams in Tamil Nadu. They would be able to help you out. Somebody wants, I want a franchise in food and clothes business. This is something which is favorite for everybody. Yeah. Almost everybody comes to me and say, I want to start F&B. I can tell you one of the most difficult businesses is food and beverage, unless and until you champion it and you have a lot of time to contribute in that business. We have many businesses like that. So any more questions, keep asking your questions. We'll be happy to do this.
Should I share the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, we will take the question meanwhile.
Friends, you can keep writing your questions. And like I also said, anybody who wants to come on a one-to-one meeting or a discussion, we have our team of consultants who are spread across 97 cities in India. We'll be happy to connect and meet with you. So if you look at, I think these are some of the opportunities I talked about. These are 40 opportunities that Franchise India, Fran Global own the rights for in India and also other countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, Thailand, Middle East. And these are across all the industries that we talked about, from early learning to specialty food and service, to fitness, to sports, to knowledge-based businesses and skill development businesses. So very quickly, I'll take you through them one by one. If you want any specific information, there is a team that can help you take you through the entire business model. So this is a company, and also, like I said, most of these opportunities we started, bringing to India only a few months back, and we started that almost at the start of the year. But by the time we signed up and launched, this was as early as about the month of May. So the brand Franks that you see on the screen is a company which is based out of France. They've been operating hot dog formats across Paris, and they're one of the leading hot dog chains. And when we invested in Franks, we realized that in India, while people know this category, but there is no national chain in the country. And I'm happy to also share with all of you. We signed our first partner even before we announced the entry of Franks in India. And the first outlet now operates in Pune, which is at the Elpro Mall, which was launched last month. And we had the second location that opened up in Bangalore, rather two locations in Bangalore that opened up this month in Mall of Asia. And there was another one that opened up at one of the IT hubs. And there are 6 more regions that we have already signed, and we should be announcing the launch in the month of January very, very soon to all of you. And we have both opportunities to partner. One is a unit franchise in the locations where we have not awarded a area franchise. And the other territories, including Delhi, Bombay, which are very important for us, and also Tri-City and East India, and I would say Tamil Nadu also, while we are speaking to some of the interested partners, but these locations are available to take a area franchise opportunity, where the investment for unit franchisees starts as small as, I would say, about 20 odd lakhs. It's a small kiosk that can be stationed ideally at the atrium in the malls. Like we have cafes on the ground floor, which takes a little space, anything from 150 to 200 square feet, can also be a good option for a mall which requires about 200 to 50 square feet of space. The area investment, if you want to take an area, depending on the territory, would start upwards of 40 lakhs of investment.
And just to add on that, we have to do quickly. So in food, when you look at a business, always look at 3 things. Very important. First, you look at the business has to be idiot proof. It should not be complex. We will not be able to manage, especially if you're not coming from food background. You don't need a specialty chefs. You don't need that. Second, it has to have a very strong proprietary product. People are very high on specialty. So they want X thing from X place, right? So are you having a proprietary? First brand I worked in my life when I started career was Subway. When you think sandwich, you think Subway. So it becomes very important. And third is the working economics. Working economics like food cost and other things are very, very significantly high, because in some cases, like Indian food, everybody loves Indian food, but the economics is very poor because the food cost is very high wastages and high these structures. On the versus other side, companies like Domino's, zero wastage. So they work on a pretty much zero wastage business model. Hot dog company like Frank's is also same. You don't have to, you will only cook so much or bake so much, which you can consume. So you have to really think through these 3 things: microeconomics, proprietary product, and also somebody who's also creating a category. Yeah, next. So this is another brand which we are doing, the Real Pizza Company. It's out of UK. Gourmet pizzas, Wood Pride pizzas, if you know, coming soon in Bangalore, top location. We are only interested in doing this in top cities of India, and especially in places where you have large, IT campuses, where people are becoming fatigued by classic Domino's. While Domino's is a great company, but people want to do a little more gourmet experience and better product, better cheese, better grains, because everybody is becoming health conscious. So rather than going on something which is not so healthy. Next. Figaro is an American company already operating successfully in Hyderabad, operating successfully in other parts of India, including Delhi and including Northeast now. Very aggressive in expansion. So again, the cost of running and operating is anything from 35 lakhs to about 45 lakhs. You can set up a full Figaro pizza. And if you have a location, then it is even better. Highway locations are great locations. Anybody who has highway locations, you can see the store design. It can be drive-through, it can be a full dining experience, and it can also go into specific food courts. Keep asking your questions. Any questions you have for a specific brand, we'll be happy to do that. Now, this is a great company. Again, a category creator, Smoothie Factory, no smoothie brand in the country. It can fit into atriums. You can just put an atrium. It can go into travel retail, which is airports. We have strong locations already available in airports. We have locations available in other food courts and shopping mall locations. Malls love this product. We already have operating stores in Bombay. We have operating stores in Chennai. We have operating store in Surat and many other coming up soon. Very simple concept, very straightforward, zero wastages. And you can see the beautiful kiosk you can do in a mall. And the ticket values are higher because for a good smoothie, it's a full meal. You're happy to pay up to 500, 600 rupees also. So I feel that this is a big shift in what people consume. They are going away from other drinks and they are looking at smoothies. And we also have smoothie bowls, which are healthy bowls available. Good format for dining, good format for delivery. Both are and good takeaway. So in malls, people just take away the smoothie and keep drinking and do that. Very, very good concepts. Also, we have locations available in IT parks. If you see in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune, Gurgaon, Noida, these are big IT parks. A lot of people work there. So we want to put this again. A footprint is anything as small as 250 or rather 150 to about 500 square feet formats. American company, global company. Barcelos is, if you know Nando's, it's a similar brand, comes from same market, but better sauces. Chicken brand, again, chicken is people are becoming healthier, so they want a grilled chicken brand where you have choices of different sauces, full meal options, a great format soon coming in Maharashtra, coming in south of India, and we are looking for partners, especially North India, especially Delhi NCR, and up north, we are looking for newer partners. A phenomenal brand, very suits for Indian palate because Indians like this spiciness, but everybody's shifting from a so to say fried chicken to a grilled chicken concept. And if you need more information, friends, share your number on our hotline number 977176833838.
So entering in Sri Lanka, so you recently signed also a contract with one of the partners to enter in Sri Lanka. So we have Bagelstein, which is another leading bagels brand in Europe. They currently operate most of the prime locations, including France and other European cities. And we have got the brand for India. Very good for travel locations, especially airports. Good for ground floors at the mall. And typical investment can start upwards of about 50 odd lakhs, can go up to 1 crore. We have both opportunities again here, one for a unit franchisee and other for an area franchisee to be taken up. And Rasnabaz is another brand that we invested almost, I would say, 5 years back. And this is a brand we've all grown up with. They have been operating outlets. In fact, Franchise India is the master licensee for Rasna. And currently, Rasna is operating more than 150 locations across the country, largely in tier 2, tier 3 cities. And we also have one location which is operating in their home city, which is Ahmedabad at the airport. The investment can start as small as 10 lakhs. Since we've been working on this brand for quite a long period of time, so most of the area franchise locations in the country have gone, but we still have some territories which are available to be taken up.
Pentry is also a huge brand, comes from Ireland. It's an all-day dining concept. You can choose as a coffee place, you can come for desserts, you can come for meals. And that's what the problem in many of the restaurant businesses, even if you look at coffee shops, they're just beverage-led. And only on beverage, you cannot make money. It becomes difficult to make money. So this is a concept which has everything. It has a full menu. You can come any time of the day and you can have meal, and especially very friendly for families and kids. And you don't have many places in India where you can really go with your kids and they like the food and they like this and that thing. So it has options of all kind of foods at all times. And in the evenings, it becomes great place for even coming for desserts. So it has a larger trading hours. You can come for breakfast menu. Starts as early as about 8 o'clock in the morning, and then it goes till about 11 o'clock. All-day diners are our next big trend because people want to go in the morning for breakfast, and then they want to come for maybe a afternoon tea, and then they want to come for lunch, and the evenings they come for desserts and a lot of other things in the evenings. So it's a great concept, especially markets where we want to do is Bangalore, where you have equal good population of expats also, because expats love this kind of entire thing. The concept bakes his own bread, and also would have a small retail place where you can buy a lot of your pastries and cakes and a lot of things. So great concept. If you're keen on this concept or you have location on this concept, we'll be happy to discuss. Burgatori comes from Australia, a place which is known for their gourmet burgers. A great concept again, is going elevated up from the conventional QSRs, the Burger Kings and the McDonald's. They are just industrial burger companies, which everything comes like frozen patties and so on and so forth. And everybody is moving up the ladder for gourmet burgers. Even if you see this is a big global trend. One for the health consciousness, second also for a better quality of product. Great company. We already are opening up a few stores in India, and the entire team of Australian team is in India for setting the product right, business right. So if you want to have a differentiation in a burger business, this can be a huge opportunity. Donor Shack comes from UK, a business which is based and inspired on Berlin-inspired kebabs. Kebab is becoming a very big format. Category leader, again, a category leader. You don't have our Donor Kebab chain in India. So it's a very, very strong product. It has very straightforward three things. Obviously, you have donors. Doner kebab is a key product. Then you have chicken and you have fries. Very straightforward. You can do as small as 500 square feet footprint, both high streets, shopping malls, airports, travel locations. Very, very good company. So if you're keen on an area franchise or a unit franchise, you can reach us on this. Now, this is a Chinese format, and specialty for this is a wok concept. Wok is a hot food, which is Asian woks are very, very becoming very popular. And good part is it uses automated cooking methodology, which means that the woks are all robotic. So you don't need chefs to do it. And you can give hot food, fresh food, which are all done by, not skilled people. And the quantities, the portion sizes, the product consistency, everything really remains great. So we're looking for starting this in, again, high density locations where a lot of people are already there and can do very well for lunches and also for deliveries for dinners. Sweet Factory is again a brand out of UK. It's a candy store, and again a very big category growth. There we don't have candy stores. If you go to international malls, you will see maybe 5-10 brands in every location, and candy stores work for people to buy for themselves, for gifting, for parties, birthday parties, after gifts, for anything. Candy stores work. And good news is the company has developed completely vegetarian product. Even if you are consuming candies in India from some place, it's not vegetarian. It's 100% vegetarian product. We're looking for partners who would open up these stores in different shopping malls, and you can take a full territory. Like if you take a territory of Bombay, Bombay has about 60 shopping malls. You can put in all 60 shopping malls, and it becomes a significant business. And it doesn't require too much of involvement. You can monitor the business. You know how much quantity is sold, how much is done, and you get good locations. You can start as small as 100 square feet to 200, 250 square feet. It's a very simple model, no back of the house, pure retail, candy stores, high margin business. So again, a very good opportunity for you to look at.
And just add on the investment which is put is for a bigger territory, but you can also start with multiple locations with minimum 5 locations. The average investment in a single location for put up this kiosk is close to about 8 odd lakhs. And somebody looking for an area territory would need to open about 5 locations within the city and will also get the right to sub-franchise. The entire product stock would be imported from Europe to India.
Now, this comes from Korea. Why Korean food is taking a rage, and it would be happening in your homes also. If you were eating regular noodles, its ramen has become very popular because the Korean food, which we call the K food, is becoming extremely, extremely popular. So it's crispy chicken from Korea. It's called gravy chicken, and the good part with Korean chicken is that they have different flavors, and people can choose from the original classic fried chicken to a lot of other entire thing and different spice levels. Again, a great QSR brand. The number one QSR brand trading in India is KFC. And I can tell you, friends, this really gives a competition to KFC. It's a top class opportunity. And we are looking for, again, an area franchise and a unit franchise for this. Wow Burger. Wow Burger comes from Hong Kong. It's a brand which has engineered plant-based protein. So it's India's first vegan burger chain, right? Completely plant-based product, from your burgers to burger patties to different plant-based food. And this is something which is again becoming a big trend globally, that people who are high non-vegetarian, people are also moving to plant-based for various reasons: better sustainability, better product, and also high protein value. So this has a very high protein level. So this is a great business model. Obviously, we're looking for evolved markets. We are very keen on Bombay. We are very keen on Delhi. We were keen on Bangalore, Hyderabad, places like that where people are becoming more and more conscious, and they want to shift from the regular thing to maybe a plant-based protein. Seven Fries comes from a place called Oman. Why Oman? Because they have engineered 7 different sauces. So that's why it's called Seven Fries. So you can have different flavor of sauces, which are all proprietary. And these are all done from a freshly cut potatoes. It's not a frozen product. What you see in McDonald's or any other place, these fries are frozen fries. They would never give you this. This is freshly cut, peeled potatoes. Give a very different kind of capability and quality. Low cost investment. You can actually set this up in 15-20 lakh rupees. Very high volume business, and very high on. And I think in India, people love fries. So it's a very simple, straightforward business model. Comes with the 7 different sauces, and we are also looking for area or a franchise. And so good locations we have. Again, a category creator. Any good location we can get it, and it's low cost operations and very, very successful business. Barbecue Chicken. Barbecue Chicken is second largest chicken company in the world after KFC. They run 5,000 plus stores in 57 countries. Very, very successful business model. But we are looking for only very large investor. It's not going to be for a unit or an area franchise. It's a master franchise in offering, but only open for the large corporations, because this is a very large company and they need somebody who has muscle to put their own stores and run the whole supply chain and capability and so on and so forth. So this is an opportunity which is only open for large groups which want to diversify and put that kind of investment.
These are some opportunities on the education early learning, and Direct English is a UK-based company operating in about 20 odd countries. We acquired the rights for India about a year back. And as I speak, the brand is operating in all major markets, including Delhi, NCR, Northeast, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Kolkata. And again, we're looking for both area franchisees as well as unit franchisees. This is a brand which starts with an investment of about 15 odd lakhs. And for an area franchisee, depending on the area that you choose, the investment would have an additional fee of taking the rights of the territory. And We'll be happy to hear from you if you need more information. This is one of the leading, and Direct English is also a pioneer in the ELT globally. And it is a part of a company called Lingua Phone, which is a 125-year-old group. And here is another company called Red Schoolhouse, which is a Singapore-based company. They follow Singapore curriculum, which is very sought after in India. We have launched our first operations in Gujarat. We'll be happy to hear more from people, especially women entrepreneurs. Small investment, which starts at about 30 odd lakhs, which needs an area of about 2,500, can go up to 5,000 square feet of space. Then we have a company called Pittman Training. This is also a very old company which comes with 180 years of heritage. They've been running in more than 100 locations across the globe in about 10 countries. And they have almost about 250 skill programs which they have been running across all the countries. The investment starts from about 30 odd lakhs to put up one center, and the area requirement can start as small as 1,500 square feet for your classroom training centers. And this is another company from UK, which is Creation Station. One can choose, especially a lot of women entrepreneurs might like this opportunity, which starts at about 10 lakhs. It's a very small investment opportunity. So you don't have to put a fixed spot. You can also take some locations which can be in preschools, which can be run on a revenue share model. And the investment includes also the inventory of almost about 3 lakhs, which is directly imported from UK to the franchisee. This is another ELT brand from Brazil, which is Mr. Wiz. They're also looking to enter India. And they currently are present in about 100 franchisees in Brazil, 18 states across the country. And then we have a company called Children Inspired by Yoga. This is again a UK-based company which can again run an investment which can start as small as, I would say, 10 odd lakhs. You don't require again a very fixed capex on the infrastructure. Can be run in shared spaces in schools or some community locations. And the area requirement can be about 500 square feet of space. And this was another brand that we were referring to is Business Kids from USA, which has built programs for youngsters as young as 4 to 5 years who are young entrepreneurs. They also have programs which they run for teenagers up to 15 years of age. The investment starts at about 14 odd lakhs. You can start the center with an area of 600, 800 square feet, can go up to 1,000 if you have more capacities, can also be built over a period of time. And this is La Petite, which is a brand from France. They're currently running their centers and they come with nearly 25 years of experience. We are looking for partners in India. They run these academies, which are primarily paintings, which teaches and coaches young kids on paintings. And maybe Gaurav can add more on the concept. He has been to their locations, which they run in Europe.
Yeah, it's a great concept. It's actually for girl childs, and everybody, if they're interested in craft and they're interested in learning painting, this is a phenomenal opportunity. So kids do 20 different paintings, even including the legendary paintings like Mona Lisa, and then they are allowed to take those paintings to your home. So imagine if your children are growing and they want to learn painting, this is a phenomenal opportunity. We create a small studio, and that studios, they learn how to paint and draw these iconic 20 paintings. And this is a very, very interesting concept, very well established, awarded concept from France.
Can be another set of opportunities largely on the entertainment sports side, which include companies from UK. This is Flip Out, which are into adventure parks. They have been running globally, including UK, and they are present in about 9 countries. And this is a comparatively larger format, good for malls. It's a destination which requires about 10,000 square feet of space, and the investment to put up the entire setup is about 7 odd crores. And this is SSA, which is Sports Star Academy. This is a company from Australia, which has been running about 250 locations in Australia. This is a multi-sport program for kids, which can start as young as 4 years and can go up to teens. And they run all different sports from cricket to hockey to swimming to golf. And we have split the program into primary and secondary sports, which include sports which can be run on the fields. Again, you don't require a fixed infrastructure. You can take up the infrastructure at the schools, especially K-12 schools, where the infrastructure is lying idle, and you can sweat that infrastructure because you require the hours post the school hours. The investment starts as small, I would say 30 lakhs if you want to take maybe a city rights. But to put up one center, you would need an investment of 15 odd lakhs, which includes your franchise fees and also the initial kit for the franchise partner. We're coming up with our first location very soon in the month of February in one of the cities in South, which we'll announce very shortly. And this is another community-driven, I would say, experience format, which is My Golf, which is operating out of UAE. They run golf simulators in an area which can be, say, we can also do small locations. It says the area requirement is 15,000, but we can start depending on the location and the city we are in at about 5,000 square feet, can go up to 15,000 or larger, which gives you complete experience of playing a golf on the simulators. It has a restaurant format, very good for community team build up. And the investment can start from about 5 odd crores to about 10 odd crores. And the next segment is in fitness, beauty, and wellness, where we have some companies which are some of the leading salon chains from UK, including the Headcase, which is a men barber shop. They're operating there in UK for the last 24 odd years. They started in 2000. And they're looking to enter India now. And these are barber shops, which can start in an area of 600 square feet onwards, and with the area with an investment of about 25 odd lakhs. This is Pilates Academy, which is one of the leading Pilates chain globally. They run some of the most iconic locations in Dubai. And they're also operating 3 locations in India. One of the recent signups that we have done is a big celebrity called Sara Tendulkar. She's taken the rights for one of the locations in Bombay. Again, the investment can start from about 75 odd lakhs for the entire infrastructure and also the equipments. This is a backward integrated company. All equipment, all supplies come from the company, and you require an area of 2,000 square feet of space to put up an academy for Pilates. Easy Gym is another chain from UK. This is part of one of the most iconic groups, which is a listed company called Easy Group, which also runs EasyJet, Easy Hotels. And I'm also happy to share with you, we are launching the first location for Easy Gym in Delhi NCR, which should also be operational in the month of February this year, 2025. We're looking for both area partners and also unit partners. You require a minimum size of 5,000 square feet, and there are different formats depending on the offering that we have across the different formats, with an investment of 2 crores, which takes care of your entire capex, interior work, and also the equipment and the franchise fees. Best Shape is another company from Brazil. They have been in the business for the last nearly 4 odd decades. And they also run these clinics, which are weight loss clinics and aesthetic centers across Brazil. And the investment requirement is about 55 lakhs, including your equipment, the space interior, and the area can start at about 400 square feet of space. And another leading chain from Australia, which is also a leading institute for makeup and beauty courses. They run in Australia a school of beauty courses, which is Australian Beauty School. In India, we have launched in the name of Australian Beauty Institute. And it teaches you all the courses in makeup, beauty, with an area requirement of, say, 3,000 square feet of space, with a minimum area investment of 60 odd lakhs. Laser Skin is a very recent addition. We launched them about 3 weeks back. One of the leading and I would say a brand which has one of the largest market share in UK, started by an entrepreneur called Davinder. And They are looking to enter India. We're looking for two set of formats. So somebody who wants to own can either take only a laser treatment a center as a franchisee, or you can also choose to take laser and skin treatment center together with an investment of 80 lakhs. And if you want to add both the formats, which is laser and skin, your investment would go up to 1 odd crores. And it can also start as small as 600 square feet. And if you do additional skin treatments, can go up to about 1,500 square feet of space. And these are some of the other businesses in the knowledge segment. And Action Coach is one of the, I would say, initial investments that was made by Franchise India Fran Global. And they've been in the business for the last 30 years and leading company globally into executive training, established in 1993. And Gaurav, if you want to add further.
Yeah, it's a business coaching company. It's a business coaching company. Business coaching is the world's #1 company. As I was talking about, it's great for professionals who are now looking to start their own career and they want to become a business coach. And we have opportunities of firm license, which means that you can take a full territory and make coaches under you, or you can become an individual coach. Extremely rewarding category, already available in 98 countries. And India also, we have very successful, about 75 different coaches, which are performing extremely well. A great opportunity, I would say the best opportunity out of the portfolio, especially for professionals. Next. NI is, if you are familiar with BNI, BNI has exhausted their territories. This is again comes from a very successful company from US, and they have launched a network in action. It's a networking opportunity where you become a license holder for a region, and then you can develop your chapters, and each chapter would then run different members who would work on that. Financially and socially, very rewarding opportunity. We're already running NI in Gujarat. We are running in Northeast. We are running in Delhi NCR. We are running in Calcutta and looking at newer territories to come in. District 32 comes from Australia. Again, a premium business growth network platform. How you build a business owners network. And it's very strong at technology. And it helps you to connect with people. Again, a membership program where you make good members. These are the future looking opportunities. Sometimes we see conventional opportunities like food, fashion, and things like that. But if you really see, these are financially more performing and much more OPEX light opportunities because you are able to build communities. And today, building communities is the biggest business model. Mars and Venus, if you read the book called Men Are From Mars and Women is From Venus, same author has started a business coaching. It's a gender coaching opportunity where you coach people on their personal issues, their personal abilities. So it's a very good for somebody who comes from learning and development background and wants to start their own gender coaching business. Brand Tracy is an iconic name. We all know it's a top class speaker in the world and also leadership training. So we're running Brand Tracy Solutions, leadership and personal development programs. And so we already have operational in Delhi, NCR, and now looking to even expand in other parts of India. This is, as I said, was a program which comes again from UK, NLP Kids. It's a very, very strong program for mind development for kids. And that's a program which I was talking about. And if you have some kind of experience in psychology and place like that, this program can very clearly fit with you. And you can run your own strong program. Next. Sorry, I'm going very fast because we have overrun short the time. And thank you for your patience to go through all this. Sales Geeks, again, a great sales coaching company. Sales is required for individuals. It is required for smaller companies, mid-sized companies, even large corporates want to train their teams on sales. It's a UK-based sales coaching company, very unique program needed for almost all corporates, small businesses, even business owners who want to go through this piece. Again, we already have successful partners. Engage and Grow is executive training program for executive training on leadership and also CEO trainings. So we have a special program for Engage and Grow.
Hey, friends, so this is all we had for the day. This was just a glimpse of the opportunities that we had to present. We'll be happy to connect with anyone who's looking at any proposition, and we'll be happy to also have one-to-one discussion with all of you. And we'd like to thank you all for being with us. We can also share a link of the presentation with you. And if you could reach on the hotline number of ours, and we'll also share the email ID to reach out to us. And before I close, I'll also request Gaurav for his closing remarks.
Friends, thank you for joining in. We are, especially end of the year, we are doing some special webinars. It will start from 29th, 30th, and 31st. It's called the ROI show. So we'll talk about how to calculate ROIs, how to calculate C businesses, and so on and so forth. So please keep coming back to our webinars every day. Bharat leads this. So tomorrow also we have a webinar on a different specific opportunity. Every day we have a webinar. And I and Sonia used to be part of this webinar across COVID. And somehow because of my travel, I stopped coming to these webinars. I've made a commitment in 2025. I'll be doing a lot of webinars back again because we have to be connected with our communities, people who have trusted us, the investors who know us. So that's a responsibility, but it can only benefit best if you also reach out to us if you have any questions. So reach out to 971-76-83838. We will be happy to share the presentation. We'll be happy to share more information for you, and our consultants can meet you and help you out in making a very important decision of starting your own business. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time, and we look forward for having you back for the tomorrow 12 o'clock webinar.
Thanks so much, sir, for giving your time and helping us understand lots of things about the brands. Thanks so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In case, in case if anyone would like to get in touch with us, if you want the presentation, what we already have, showcased today, please reach out to us on our number 9717-683838, and or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in, and we will surely help you with all your queries. So that's it for the day. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this webinar. Of course, this was a very informative webinar. You got to know about lots of brands which we already have. Right? In case if for any brand you would like to get in touch, our hotline number is absolutely open for you. So that's it for the day. Tomorrow again, I will come up with once again, we'll introduce you a new brand tomorrow, exactly at 12 o'clock. And we'll explore the another business opportunity. Till then, take care and have a nice day ahead. Thanks so much for